guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about the movie Longlegs because what the heck did I just watch? Grab your little drink. I got my favorite Topo Chico passion fruit drink, little sparkling water. So the movie starts off, this young girl and she's coming out of this house and there's this random car parked outside of her house. From where she's standing, all you can see on the car is this dark shadow. You don't see anything else. You don't see who's on the driver's seat. Out of nowhere, this random weird looking guy, he starts talking to her just in a very creepy way. Then we jump to what is today's present time and we get our main character. Our main character is an FBI agent and her and another FBI agent are both heading to go check some houses because they are looking for a criminal. The FBI agent that she's with tells her, hey, stay in the car while I go out and I check out what's going on in one of the houses. You stay here as a lookout. No, she doesn't stay there. She decides that no, she's getting out of the car because she has this feeling that the bad guy they're looking for is in that house over there. And she gets out and she walks over there. Then her other FBI agent shows up with her and they both go to the house. He goes in the front and then as soon as he knocks on the door, bam, he gets popped. She's right behind him and with no fear, she decides to also go in the house after her partner just got shot. She decides to go into the house and look around. Not calling for backup, nothing. She is like, I got this on my own. She looks through the house and the house is super, super creepy. Everything's covered in like a plastic. Then she sees this guy sitting on the edge of the bed and who literally pops himself while she's there. Then she calls for backup. So the leading person on the case comes to talk to her. And she's like, hey, we need your help looking for this killer. He's signing these letters with long legs, but there's these weird symbols in them. These things that just, they're coincidence, but they're not really coincidence. It's kind of like a pattern, but they're still trying to figure it out. So they ask her for help. Now, watching the movie, what is the timeline of this movie? Like, what year are they in? Because why are they asking her to solve this puzzle of this killer when they could have just used AI? They could have just popped it into the computer. Well, guess what? The movie is preset like in the 90s. You could tell also because she's looking at old newspapers through like something that looks like a computer, but it's not really a computer and all that. So that makes sense why they're not just popping it into AI to like solve the algorithm of this killer and like his little... Find out that she, they put her on the case. They put her as the main one to help find this killer. This bad guy is finding a way to have families and their entire family and then end themselves. And there's always a letter with some symbols and something going on, but person that they're looking for, the bad guy, is never at the scene. Like, so they're thinking like, how is he doing it? How is he getting these normal families to, the rest of their family, right? So she's working really hard at trying to solve the symbols. Boss is like, let's go get some drinks and let's talk about what you found out. She tells him what she's discovered recently by looking at the case notes and looking at everything that they have, right? And she's like, hey, there are these patterns. So then her boss had a couple of drinks. He was a little tipsy. So he was like, drive me home. And she gets to meet his family and everybody's really nice. He has a daughter. His wife is there. Everybody's really nice. Everything's great. Her main character decides to go home and she lives on this little house that looks a little secluded. It's all good. She goes inside her house. She starts talking to her mom on the phone. Her mom, I don't know. From the beginning on the phone, her mom just sounded a little off. She's a shadow from her window, from her desk outside. And again, she decides, I am a fearless diva. I am going to go outside and check it out. I will never. You will not catch me checking it out. You are not going to catch me checking anything out. I will mind my business. I will mind my business from in here. I am not checking anything out. I am picking up the phone. That's what I'm doing. From her perspective outside, you can see that somebody walked into her house and she goes back into her house. She follows. I'm telling you, this character is fearless. I don't know what she's doing, but oh my God. And also, she's the same actress from Significant Other. If you love scary movies, you must love scary movies. But if you're watching this, if you love scary movies, go check out Significant Other. It's so good. It's the same actress. And she is really good at acting weird. That's all I'm going to say. She is really good at acting strange. Just strange. Like her face is everything. Anyway, so she goes back in, literally, as the bad guy has just walked into her house. She still walks back into her house. Whatever. There's nobody there. Okay, cool. But she finds a letter. She finds a letter with the same symbols as the bad guy that says, hey, the letter and the symbols within the letter, she has already come up with what they mean, and it has to do something to do with the six and the devil and bad things and all of that. So she was able to piece together the note that the bad guy left. Pretty much said, like, if you tell anybody that I was here, something bad's gonna happen to you. Like, I can't even tell you what it says because it's that crazy. Pretty much tells her, I will hurt you if you do, in like a weird way. Doesn't say anything to her boss, nothing, but she comes to her boss and with all the findings. She has done a lot of research on this. She has a lot of findings, and she tells him. At this point, her boss is like, okay, that's cool, right? That, like, you found all of it. Pretty much sum up that the bad guy, families who have a daughter whose birthday is based on a specific date, and like he selects them that way. Very creepy. To piece together what happened based on some old newspaper findings of a church where like something really bad went down. So her and her boss decide to head to that old church to look for one living victim that is connected to the bad guy that they're looking for. And they end up at this old church and they find this creepy doll. They find this creepy doll that belonged to the bad guy, and inside the creepy doll, there's this metal ball. She calls her mom and she's like, Mom, I'm working really hard on this case. I'm not going to go home for a while. Her boss is like, wait a minute, like, all of a sudden, this case has been cold for a while and you're on this case and now we're getting all these clues and finding out what's going on. You should take a little break. So she goes and she visits her mom. From the moment that she goes back to the house and visits her mom, we are like, something's off with her mom. Something's off with her mom. Her mom is just not, it's not there. But, you know, our main character goes and makes her mom a little soup. And they show us her approaching this door that looks like something that goes down to the basement, but she like hesitates to open it or anything. She just sees a cockroach coming out. She sees a cucaracha coming out of a cockroach coming out of the door, but she like stops herself from going downstairs to the basement. She's like, I'm just gonna continue making the soup for my mom. We come to find out that the little girl that they showed us at the beginning is our main character today. Because they show us, they leave us like an Easter egg. We do see that that car that little girl saw is parked at her mom's house. So we come to find out that the bad guy has been like devil worshiping or something. And he came to visit her when she was young. And he told his mom, hey, if you don't help me commit these horrible things that I'm committing, I am going to get rid of your daughter. So I need you to help me. So this whole time we find out that our main character has actually already met the bad guy. That her mom has been doing the dirty work for this guy. That's why there's no evidence of him at any crime scene, because they're like, how are these families letting this person in? Longlegs has been building these dolls that look exactly like the daughters of the families, and he's using the main character's mom to bring these dolls as a gift from the church to the families on the daughters' birthdays. These dolls have a ball in them that much zombies everybody out and makes the dads go crazy and pow the family. And we come to find out that this whole time the mom has been the one delivering the dolls for the bad guy, and the bad guy has been living in the mom's basement. So this whole time our main character has been zombified, where she doesn't remember ever meeting the guy. She doesn't really remember why her mom's acting weird, that the guy has been living in her basement this whole time because he has like her zombified as well. The Longlegs guy decided that his next victim was gonna be the police chief who has a daughter. When our main character gets to her boss's house, her mom is there with a doll as a gift from the church, and the doll, guess what it has? It has that ball inside the head to zombify the daughter. Her boss goes in the kitchen and he's already zombified, like he's already in a trance. So he goes to the kitchen to start getting rid of the family by getting rid of the mom first. And then our main character has to come in, stop her own mom from continuing to do this, and break the doll that's a carbon copy of her boss's daughter in order to set them free from the trance and be able to stop Longlegs. And Longlegs has already like popped himself, but he's not needed to continue his devil worshipping because our main character's mom is the one has been carrying on this bad juju by bringing those dolls as a gift from the church. Girl, this movie is insane. And not only was the Longlegs guy super creepy, the movie was crazy because I was not expecting this guy to have been living in her mom's basement this whole time. That means that she has been connected to this bad guy for years, and she had no idea because she was in a trance. Now, go watch the movie. This movie is crazy. Just be careful, okay? Don't be in a trance. Don't let some weirdo live in your basement that your family doesn't know of and that you don't tell anybody about. I hope that nobody brings you a gift that puts you in a trance. Can't wait for the next one. I'll see you next time. Bye.